everyone, welcome back to day 17 of the 100 Days of UI Design Challenge. This is going to be one of the most spectacular, one of the most amazing, one of the most fantasy themed, colorful UI designs we've ever done on this channel. I am so excited to show you guys what we're building today. Stick around until the end because there are a ton of surprises planned with today's episode. This is day 17 of the 100 Days of UI Design Challenge. We have the most beautiful dragon slider. Check this out. Check out the animations on this one. Hold on. Let me just make everything full screen. Give me a moment. Alright. And now that this is full screen, we can finally go ahead and present it. Check out this beautiful animation. Check out this beautiful slider. This is good for any purpose, every single purpose. Today we're building this awesome dragon color themed beautiful UI design slider, one of the best ones we've ever done so far. If you're watching us live right now, say hi in the chat. Let's just get started with the most amazing UI design related to dragons, at least on this challenge. So this is, we've done a couple of dragon related UI designs, but this is honestly one of the best ones ever. Let's just get started. So all of these images are of course available in the Discord group for this channel. It's live, it's in the live chat, and you can also find the link in the description. Join the Discord group. It has over 100 days of assets, everything you'd want, everything you'd need for this challenge. Let's just get right into it. Alright, so the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, go to Google, go to whatever your browser you're using, and simply search for figma.com/downloads, and that leads you to the link where you can download everything we're going to be using for this challenge. Simply go to figma.com/downloads, and then you can download your app for macOS or Windows. Once you've followed all of the instructions that you need to, and once you have Figma installed on your system, you can go back directly to Figma and you'll be treated with a screen that kind of looks like this. Click on this blue button, create new design file, and that's going to create a completely new design file for you. And now we're going to start by adding our first frame. So since this, go ahead and start adding our images. So these images are found in our Discord group. Go click on the link in the live chat. You'll join the Discord group and you'll receive over 100+ days of assets, everything we use on this channel just for you. We have all of these beautiful images, all of the text we're using for this UI design live stream and every other day, because this is day 17 and we have so many days worth of UI design content in the past, in the future. Let's just click on place all, and that's going to give you all of the 4 images that we're going to be using for this one. Let's just drag the first one right in the center, and if you're not sure about aligning this, hold on, oops, I think alright, and we're fixed. No issues with that at all. Anyways, we are going to be using a couple of images for this UI design. Let me just start from where we started. So this is just a simple frame, 1920 by 1080 pixels of width and height. The simplest thing we're going to do is we're going to start with our images, the images that we're importing for this one. You'll find all of our images in the Discord group. Click on the link in the live chat and you'll find your invite to the Discord group. You can find all of the images for this challenge there. You have these 4 images for this challenge, and also inside of the folder that is for day 17 of the 100 Days of UI Design Challenge is also a text file which has all of the different texts that we're using for this UI design. So the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to start by importing this blue dragon image, and we're going to place it right in the center. The good thing about getting these images from our Discord group is you don't have to resize images. They don't scale blurry, they don't look weird. You don't have to go about changing these resolutions and stuff. This is exactly what you need for a frame that is 1920 by 1080 pixels of width and height. And you can, if you don't know how to center align it, just click on this button and that's going to align your dragon in the center for you. Now that we have taken care of that, I'm simply going to go up here to the top, click on ellipse, or you can just click on O on your keyboard, and then click on the shift key always. This makes sure everything scales perfectly in perfect proportion. This is so super duper important, you guys. And now before we change the colors and before we start aligning the circle, let's click on this frame, change the color fill to one of the blues from the dragon, and then we can just change the color around, shift it a little bit until we're happy with the shade that we are left with. So you can go with something light. In the last one we went with something dark, but this time I might go with something light either, because this looks kind of nice. Anyways, we'll just change this color to complete white and then reduce its opacity. Take this image, drag it above our circle, and that's going to give us this really nice board, and now really nice frame. And now I think a darker shade of blue might do us some good, so I'm just going to get one of these blues. Just work with these blues until you find something that you really like. This looks good, this looks really good. I'm going to go with OE9AFF. Alright, now that we've taken care of that, let's just jump into the text portion of this UI design. This comes together super duper quickly, and inside of the text file you'll find the descriptions and the titles for all of these different characters. So the blue dragon that we have here is called Fafnir. We'll just copy the text. This is our title, and the font that we're using today is a really special one, really cool one. It is called OI or OI, and it's the most gorgeous, over the top, big font you'll ever find on Google Fonts as a whole, because these fonts in Figma are coming out from Google Fonts, which is the best library if you're a beginner. And then you'll just increase the size. Make sure to just make it bigger than the average sizes present over here, because you want this intentionally to be the biggest thing ever. So we'll just change it to about a 200. 200 looks kind of cool. We'll just go to 204 for this. 204 looks good as well. And now let's change back the colors of this to a complete white. So as you can see here, we're doing a lot of really cool things, and this is just the very first step. So we'll just go and switch to full screen. Oops. Go back, and now we're inside of Figma. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to start by giving this guy a stroke. So we'll just make sure the stroke is on the outside, and then take the blue that we were using and just go darker with it. Go darker, go brighter, and that's going to give you this really beautiful stroke with an outline that you actually really want. And if this dark doesn't look dark enough, you can always shift around with this percentage on your right side, and that's going to give you a really good shade of blue that you like. Alright, I think I'm good with this one. Let's just go ahead with this one. Make sure to give it a lot of thickness, because you want this dragon UI to look childlike and fun and colorful, and you want that appeal to be available to the user with this beautiful fill. If you're not sure what color to use, just take one from the wings and make it as bright as you can. Alright, next thing we're going to do is we're going to sort of create an arc out of this dragon UI, and the way we're going to do that is you can use the arc plugin in Figma, but it gets to a paid position really soon, and I don't want to get into that, because some people will have arc plugin which is available in Figma in its pro version, some people won't, and then that is going to get really complicated. This has a lot of purchases, so I'm not going to show you how to do it with the arc plugin. Let's do it manually. So we'll just take all of the characters that we were using and basically copy each, place them outside, and that's going to let's just duplicate this 6 times. Alright, so we have 5 and then we have 6. We'll just take all of these, drag them out, and really simply just change all of these characters NIR. Alright, and now that we have all of these characters aligned separately, we'll just take them out here, and then we'll start to create our arc. Now, since we don't have any guide on how to create the arc, what angle to give it, we'll simply go up here to the circle section and just create this circle. It has to be a free circle, you don't have to make it perfectly. Make sure to align the circle in the center, give it any color you want. I think white looks good. We're not going to be keeping it permanently, so you need not worry about the colors, the exact colors as much. So we'll just take this F, rotate it through its sides, just so that it gives you this perfect shape. Rotate this again, and again, if you're not happy with the way it looks, you can just make this circle bigger, because otherwise it's going to get really cramped up in a really small space. Just make sure everything is aligned perfectly in this corner. You can just rotate each of these characters, and that's going to be really, really nice for the arc that we're building. Just tilt it around a little bit, and that is going to be it. Rotate it just a little bit. Select all of these alphabets by clicking on shift, sort of move it around. Make sure these two red lines appear, which show that you're perfectly aligned in the center, and then remove your circle, and that's going to give you this beautiful looking arc. If you're not happy with the spacing with the arc, just shift characters around a little bit, but I am quite happy, so I'm just going to leave this arc wherever it is, and we'll just group this arc together. Select all of these by clicking on shift, group this together, and now click on this button, place it in the center. This is going to align this perfectly in the center. Make sure this image is above your arc. If you're not sure where the arc is, because we've got a ton of groups going on, just rename this group to arc, and then that's going to simplify things by a whole lot. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our dragon image, place it right here in the center, and when you're happy with the image, we'll just sort of position it in the center. And now we're going to start working on the animated part of this slider. This is the part that is making this design so unique, because you can use it wherever you want. This doesn't have to be limited to specific dragons only. And now we'll just take all of these images other than the blue dragon, of course, and click on place all. This is going to give me all of my other images. I'm just going to think about the previous and the next image for this blue dragon. So I want to have a green dragon image, and then when I go to the next one, then I want to have the blue dragon image, and then when I go to the next one, I want to have the pink dragon image, and when I go away from that, then I want to have the orange image. So this is going to be the order of my slider. According to this order, I'm just going to make these smaller, give them the same height, always keep the same height. So we'll just make sure this link is linked together, and then click on 480. This is going to be a good one in my opinion. You can just take all of them to have a 480 pixel of height. Just change the width to 480. This looks really, really good, and we'll just place it right here. Rotate this a little bit, rotate this a little bit to the right, rotate the other one to the left, and make sure to give the bottom image a 180-degree rotation on its base, and then select all of these by clicking on shift. Make sure to drag all of these images inside of the first frame. Alright, if you're liking what we're doing here, guys, make sure to like this video. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is, Gaurav Mali asks, which dragon is this? These are some dragon images that we've got on our Discord server for this UI design. You can join the Discord server. The first link is in the description, is in the live chat, and we're going to be making this slider in today's UI design. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get a couple of textual details next to this. So we'll just go here and click on our main folder, which we've downloaded from the Discord group. Get our main text document. Thank you. And get this basic about personality text. We'll just copy it and paste it right here. Change the font family to outfit. Outfit is the perfect font for absolutely any UI design. I have been using it for such a long time, like really long time. We'll just reduce the font size by a whole lot, because 204 is not the font for your description texts. Where do I get it? Alright, so this is, let's just get this text out into our frame, align everything right here, and then we'll just click on the auto width and then just sort of start resizing the whole thing. This looks really good, and this is now just coming together really easily. And once we've taken care of that, we'll just zoom in. Make sure to reduce the font size even more, because I'm not happy with the font size right now. And once this is to your liking, because 22 should be the 24 should looks good actually. Let's just keep it at 24. Make sure this is wide enough. Place it right here. You know what, let's just make it even smaller. 20 should do it. 20 looks good. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to also add the other description text. So we'll just firstly add a title over here which says about, and this title obviously is going to be in the title font for today, which is OI. Look at this. This is so good. This is actually really good. 36 is a good size. I'm just going to place it right here, and you can already see these things starting to come together so nicely. How to export fonts from Figma? Gaurav, I'm not sure why you would want to do that. You can take singular fonts like this F and sort of export them as a PNG, JPG, SVG or PDF, and then that's going to give you an image which is actually a font that is now functioning as an image. You can import fonts into Figma by downloading them to your computer. I don't think Figma allows you to export font families as a whole. Otherwise, all of these fonts are freely available from Google Fonts, and Figma gets all of the fonts from Google Fonts only. Just copy these two and paste them together. Oops. You know what? Firstly we have to group them. So we'll just group it and copy and paste the group. Take it right here, and now we want this group to be aligned to the left side. So we'll just take the text first and align it to the left, and then take this guy as well, and just use your arrow keys to align it perfectly to the left. This does take a while with the arrow keys, but it works wonders, you guys. Like, I would always recommend arrow keys every single time. And now we're going to look at the other text that we're going to be needing for this one. Let's just get this right here. We need to add a domain, which is Oceania, and power, which is level 6. So we'll just type domain, oops, align it to the right. You know what, let's just drag it alongside here. Make sure to like this video, guys, if you like what we're doing here. I come here live every single day at 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time. OCEANIA. And then we'll just simply, you know what, let's just make it bigger as well, because Oceania looks quite small right now. We'll just give it a size of 36, 40. We'll just make it 32 looks good, either 2. We'll just go with 32 for this one and make it thicker. Medium looks good. Medium actually looks really good. And now that we have this group already figured out, I'm just going to align this right here. Copy and paste. Oops. No. Copy and paste the domain group once again. And then that's going to allow me to add a power level as well. So I'm just going to add power, and it's going to say level 6. This is what I'm talking about. Check this out. This looks so good, you guys. Just perfectly aligned. We'll just align it in the center using this button. You can shift it below as well, and we'll just align this as well and shift it down. Meanwhile, I have a question: how to export design with prototype? If you're talking about these designs, these want to export them, then you're going to take this frame, for example, click on export, choose PNG, JPG, SVG, whichever file format you want. PNG and JPG are usually good enough, and just it's going to open this file folder for you. You can just export them right here, and then if you want to access them again, you're going to click on Ctrl+Shift+K inside of Figma, or you can take them somewhere else. Click on this frame and paste them right here, and then that's going to give you a UI you can actually work with multiple times. But that only exports things as an image. You can't edit them again. Oops, where did we... Anyways, as I was saying, this only exports things as an image. So we'll just remove this for now and go back to our file. You know what, let me just make this smaller. Alright, now I'm just going to go back right here, remove this image only for explanation purposes. Alright, check this out, you guys. So strikingly beautiful. Just the most... Is this not the most awesome UI ever? If you like what we're doing today, make sure to like this video. Make sure to build it. I come here live every single day at 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time, and this is day 17 of the 100 Days of UI Design Challenge, which is going to go on until December 4th. We'll just align everything in the center. If you're not sure on how to align things, it's always a good idea to create this false rectangle and then use it to align everything equally with its top and bottom lines, or left and right lines. Gaurav says how to make variables. Let's just give me a moment, Gaurav, and I'll get to the variables. We'll make variables for this one. Jalwa Gaming says, I said with prototype animation videos. You use a screen recorder for animation videos like OBS Studio, which I'm currently using, and just click on the start recording button and it's going to basically start your recording. You make your thing full screen and basically just play around with it, and then when you go back to OBS Studio, stop the recording. That gives you this beautiful animated video which is saved in your device, and then you just sort of export it. We'll just put 72 both over here. We'll just drag this group, make everything equal, delete it right here. If you're not sure on whether these are on equal footage, just always make as many false rectangles as you want, but they do wonders for alignment. Just bring this down, make sure to align everything in the center perfectly. You'll see a red line when you have aligned everything perfectly. And by the way, if y'all are thinking of posting this to social media, make sure to use the hashtag 100 days of UI design with Veera, or tag me. My social media is in the description for this video. And now we're going to start with our second frame, but before we do that, let's just make sure all of our images are inside of this first frame. We'll just drag this guy inside and just leave it outside. Let's just go to the other frame, and now we'll just start changing the colors. I've got another question. I am a UI designer of about 4 or 5 years now. I've not counted the exact dates, and a web developer, by the way. But for you guys, I come here live every single day at 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time. Click on choose image and choose the other image. Let's just go with the pink one this time. This is going to give this beautiful pink image. The good thing with these images you can find in our Discord group is you don't have to think about resizing these images and making them blurry and stuff. So now, after going with this image, obviously the next step would be this pink dragon, and then we're going to have the orange one be the next one that comes up. So you have to calculate this accordingly, and then click on this choose image, go to the blue one. Just think about these logically. So after you've used up the blue image, obviously the next one you're going to go is the pink one, and when you're on the pink page, the next one you're obviously going to go on is the orange one. Always make sure the one in the bottom is also chosen accordingly. So we'll just change this to the green one. Alright, and now we'll start changing the colors for this one. Let's just choose a pink from inside of the scales of this dragon, and then make it as bright as we want. This looks bright enough. Alright, now we're just going to I don't have one single tech stack only. I've done a lot of things over the years, including obviously HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, Next.js. I love Next.js, and also Python was my first programming language ever. So, and I'm pretty sure I've also done a ton of other things that I'm forgetting at the moment. Basically, I know quite a lot of programming languages, so I'm not exactly limited to a certain tech stack. We're just placing it in a lot of different places at this point. But this channel is trying to keep things simple, and we're just trying to do right now web development, basic HTML, CSS, JavaScript. At some point, we'll definitely get into the deeper stuff as well. Alright, we'll just place this right here. Make sure to make colors darker just so they appear. And now we'll change the text. And once you're starting to change the text, you'll just go back to our text file, get this text right here, and place it. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to change the text for this as well. Sapphire Mines is the domain. Does Figma support spline objects? this Figma supports line 3D objects. I will have to take a look into that. Let's do a 3D website as well at some point, because we have a couple of websites coming up. We might do a whole tutorial on 3D only. Alright, and with that, we have completed, ladies and gentlemen, our second beautiful UI. We're going to start animating these really soon, and it's going to start looking like this so soon. I can practically smell it from right here. And now we're just going to duplicate this frame once again. We're just going to change the color for this. You know what? Let's change the images first. Really quickly. Change the images. And of course, once you've used your orange one, the next one is going to be the green one. So we'll just change this to green as well. Change this to pink, because the pink is going to be the one we've already used up. Change this to pink. Open. And then go right here. Go to the image at the top, which is actually at the very base, and change it to blue. And the reason we're making a hidden image is because once you have all of the images, then you can have an actual proper rotating animation. Once you have these sorted out, we'll just change this color to a color from the dragon. Make it a bright orange. This looks good. Just make these colors as bright as possible, and that's going to make sure your UI actually looks pretty and interactive. We'll remove this weird stroke which I accidentally placed. Change the name of this guy, which is Alwyn. Make sure to reposition things if they don't look perfect. Change this P to W, drag it around. You can use the arc plugin in Figma for this. That is making your job 10 times easier, but actually it's very limited, and it just gets paid super quickly. And so I just didn't want to get into it, because not all people have the paid version. This is actually a simple thing to do, creating arcs. Just rotate stuff around and make sure everything is perfectly aligned. If you guys have any questions, you can obviously ask them during the live chat, but also we answer all sorts of questions in our Discord group as well. So any UI design help or web development help for that matter at all, if you're ever looking forward to it. Okay, so we have another question, which is good, Figma or Framer? Both are good in their own right. I am actually from the development side of things, which means I do web development as well. So I think I like Figma more, but again, if you are absolutely not in a position to learn any web development, then maybe Framer is good for you. But also Framer gets paid really quickly, which is such a freaking bummer. I don't use it. I tried to in the beginning. I tried to go to Framer, but everything was basically paid, so I went stingy. Figma is better in my opinion, because it doesn't ask you to pay for moving every single pixel, which is not the case with Framer and most other things out there. We'll just go back to our text file. Get fiery volcanoes from right here. Change the text once again. Are you guys looking at how simple it is to build this out in actuality? Just check it out. Like we've only been streaming for less than 30 minutes, by the way. We've been doing this for like 29 minutes and we're already 80% done. Just check out how quickly this actually happens. Like, I am amazed every single day at how easy this just becomes automatically. We'll just change this image to our last one, and then we're going to start animating, and it's going to be the most fun experience ever, you guys. The next image that's going to come after the green one is the blue one, of course. Choose the blue dragon. Use the make the past image the orange one. Again, I come here live every single day, you guys, and by the way, did you guys know I'm starting make a complete from tomorrow onwards till the 18th of September, I believe. We'll be having a complete series over here where we'll be exploring different complete websites. So we'll be making them responsive. We'll be making them for all sorts of screen sizes, complete real world web design projects. So if you're looking for real world experience or thinking about placing one of these UI designs on your UI portfolio, the next week is going to have a special something for you, because we're just starting the week of web design. So I will create complete websites, not just single sliders, single effects. These are cool, but we're going to be incorporating them into much larger real world scale websites. So these are going to be really similar to what you would build, for example, on an actual job. So since from tomorrow up until the 18th of September, we're going to have a really special event. And also, if you guys are looking to make your own portfolio, we're going to have a build your own portfolio and launch it as a website without programming, but not also no code. This is a really special event happening from 19th to 21st. So you can either subscribe for the updates or go and join the Discord group. Also, later this month, we have complete crash courses for using like crazy images and stock images and stuff. And also an AI for UI series is coming up on this channel, which what that's going to do is basically will look at all of the different AI tools that are good for you as a UI designer, how you can sort of work with AI instead of against it. We'll look at all of the different tools that can help you as a UI designer that come from AI. So much cool stuff coming up. I just actually made a community post on everything we're going to be doing this month. There's just so much stuff that I can't even speak on stream. All right. Did we give it the correct name? I think we did. The orange guy's name was Churro. I renamed him the wrong way. We'll just fix it. CHURR. I'm sorry if there's background noise. It's just local festivals and events that are basic to our culture. For being a website developer, you basically just learn HTML and CSS and JavaScript. You can start with HTML and CSS and scale it up. There are some great tutorials online, and also we might make one in the near future. You basically are not limited. After you become a web developer, you're not limited by other tools anymore. You can just make what you want, and I think that's the most empowering part. Because let's say you are a UI designer, you can make all of these cool UI designs, but you're still limited. Your hands are tied in basic handcuffs for not being able to make as a real world website. You can't create a www.com link where you just go to this website and your actual website is workable, usable. But I think that is the difference. As a web developer, you can. All right, we'll just start animating now, you guys. This is the part you've all been waiting for. We are going to start animating these, and it's going to be the coolest experience in the whole world. It's amazing that you've all stuck around until now. So before we start animating, we just have to make sure of one thing first. We'll just make sure this image, the other blue image at the bottom, and this image are all renamed the same. And we're going to do that for all of the images. That lets Figma know that this and this are the same image and animates them together. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that really quickly. Let's just animate all the blue dragons with the name of B. So we'll just go to this frame, go to this image, and all of the blue dragon images are going to be renamed to B. Someone asks, what about Next.js? Next.js comes after you've learned the basics of JavaScript, and after you're a little bit aware of what React is, just the basic concepts of React.js. So once you've learned HTML, you learn CSS. Once you've learned CSS, you learn JavaScript. Once you've learned JavaScript, you learn React. Once you've learned React, you learn Next.js, mostly. Rename the green dragons green, G. If you're a complete beginner right now, it's just better to start with basic JavaScript, not jump into Next.js directly. Otherwise, everything's just going to be flying over your head. But you're welcome to try. Just rename it to G. Go to the orange guy, rename it to O. Rename it to O. And again, I know this seems just really boring work at this point, but it becomes the best thing you've ever done for your UI at one point, because you're going to see the magic as it happens really quickly. Just rename it, and we've got one last dragon left to rename. And after we're done, I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to share the link where you can actually play around with this a little bit. And of course, if you want to build it on your own, you can find all of the images, this text file that I'm using, also in the Discord group, first link in the live chat. Alright, now we'll just go back, close all of these additional tabs, close this one as well. Simply, very, very simply, go to the prototype section, and now we're going to start animating. Why do I even have this stroke here? I'm going to remove this stroke. Alright, now that I don't have some weird crazy stroke, go to the prototype section and simply link it to this next one. Navigate to the second frame with smart animate, gentle navigation timing of 800 milliseconds. And then you just, once you've made sure these settings are set up correctly, all of the others are going to be set up in the same way automatically. So make sure to link your last screen to the first one. People always forget this and it leads to weird janky animations. And now we're just going to click on present. Wait for it. This is going to be amazing. I'm just going to wait. I'm going to remove myself also from this stream space. Alright, I look good. This looks good. Check this out. What the hell happened? Oops. I think I messed up. I'm going to have to fix it. Wait a minute. We've run into a real-time issue and we'll fix it. This is the thing with live stream. You see everything that happens in real time, and everything can also get fixed in real time, which is really, really nice. Otherwise, debugging is always a big issue if you're not doing it properly. So just make sure all of these images, right now I'm just making sure all of these images are in the same place, not spread across different groups, put in different places. And that should hopefully fix everything. If it doesn't, then I might have to look for other ways to fix this issue. Check this out. Check it out. We've fixed the issue. One thing that's happening though here is this N and H are renamed the same, so they're basically shifting around. And you could do this, but honestly it's quite weird, so I'm just going to fix this issue. We'll just change this group to, we'll rename this group to something else, because right now it is animating internally, but we don't want these animations at all. So we'll just, hopefully renaming them differently changes things. Just type anything at all. Oops. Go back to Figma, type anything, and hopefully we won't have the weird animation going on again. Just change the arc's name, and hopefully that should fix things. If it doesn't, we might have to rename each alphabet, which should be a headache, but check this out, it fixed itself. And we're done. Check this out. I am so proud of this, you guys. Check it out. This is the complete animated version of the whole thing. We've built this live in about 30 minutes. The most amazing UI ever. You can go back and forth with it. You can also, you know what, let's just add a certain navigation feature where you click on this image and it takes you to this image. So we'll just go back to the prototype tab. If you want to make these actually usable as navigation bars, you're going to go to the prototype tab, go to this image, and add an interaction of when you click it, it has to navigate to basically frame 4, which is the green frame, with smart animate, gentle animation feature. And then we're just going to repeat this. So we'll just link it up to its respective frame. Let this go right here. Let this go right here. Don't worry about these ones at the bottom because they're not really visible in the screen. So it's practically useless doing anything at all. Just link them up properly. And that should fix things. And now I'm just going to share the actual link of this animation for you guys to play around. Just give me a moment. Alright. This works perfectly. Check this out, you guys. And I can even click on this to go back. This is actually working, and you can use these to actually go back and forth. This is so cool. Like, this is one of the best UIs we've ever done until now. You can use these for like food. You can use this slider for anything else. any other UI design slider that you want to display your UI designs with, the most reusable, the best slider I've ever built on this channel. I'm going to now share this link with you guys so you can also play around with it, and we'll just share this in our live chat. Check it out, you guys. This is so super cool. We can just move this around and it just works. Like, by far the most amazing UI design we've ever built, hands down. Super duper cool. All right, and that is it for today, day 17 of the 100 days of UI design challenge. You guys, thank you so much for coming live. I hate to go. We've learned so much today. We've learned animations in Figma, making arcs out of basic things, making arcs out of nothing at all, getting your images, making these really cool animations, these beautiful fonts, OIN outfit, of course, and so many things that I'm just forgetting to name at this point. I come here live every single day for 100 days straight. This at 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time. This is day 17 of the 100 days of UI design challenge. From tomorrow, we're building real life website projects, which you'd learn in a proper internship or as a first job. So this is going to be cool for you if you're a beginner in web design as well. From tomorrow to 18th of September, which is going to be the week of websites, on this live stream every single day. So the live streams from tomorrow up to 18th September are going to be super duper special, you guys. Make sure to come here, watch me live, and we can talk in the chat. And of course, any questions you have are also available to be answered in the Discord group. You can also find our assets in the Discord group. Discord group is in the live chat and in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. And by the way, we have a video that I just launched today morning. I just forgot about that. Make sure to watch it. Bye.